Up early, not bright and early, 8. Didn't sleep good last night, just for the fact that I was sick. I always get sick when I eat chips. Gary should know better at 47. So the plan this morning is we're going to go fish for a couple hours, and I'm going to detect one more spot. Dad's going to stay here at the camp, clean up some stuff, and chillax. So let's do this.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Oh, it's a beautiful morning. Okay, been trolling here for half an hour, not a bite. But we're coming up on one of the spots I wanted to check out with the detector. So Dad's not here. I'm not going to feel guilty that I'm making him sit in the boat while I'm off doing something. So let's do this. Let's check this out. Well, what do you think of this place, guys? So, we have droned this area before, guys, coming off the high hill behind us. You can see a path 10 feet wide where the trees are lower, which was an old road. This was an 1830s logging road, came down to the end of this point here. And somewhere, maybe here, maybe further down, there was a steamer, a paddle boat that used to come and get people from 150 kilometers up north. They would travel down this old original logging road, which had turned into a thoroughfare at that point, and they would get on the steamer either here or down below. I'm hoping it's here. If it is, you never know what we're going to find. Also, there is a chance, guys, that the early colonial fur trading voyageurs used this point as well. It's a natural spot to stop, and they're still using it to this day, so it could be full of modern junk as well. Let's get swinging. Another old tin, and again, it's got no screw top on it, so 40s, maybe earlier. I'm going to make my way deeper and further back here from the point, because I want to prove that this old road, there was something to it. It actually curves up here over that way. So let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can actually see it in 2023. And if there's anything on it. An old nail. I thought it was a square nail at first, but it's not. So maybe 30s or 40s again. Can slaw, but it's old. I'll tell you, the mosquitoes are thick in here. I think I see the road though. It's very hard to see, but there's a natural valley here that comes down, and there's some birch in it. Birch are fast growing, or they're like a regrowth tree. And yeah, this is definitely the old road right here. Well, proof of life, some old wire. Could have been trapping wire, who knows? We're making our way further and further back from the water here, and there's still human stuff, so that's a good sign. Heavy old food tin. That's industrial strength, that one. There's stuff all along here, all through the woods. I'm getting lots of iron signals, which could be anything, guys. It just shows humans were here. I'm going to show you guys the road here in front of me. You're probably not going to see it because, I mean, it was 200 years ago, 1830s, that this original road was put in. But there is proof if you look for it. So the road goes up here and it swings up that way. It's between two hills, one there and one there. And it actually, the road comes down the hill on that side. And we can see that with the drone. Right here, if you guys look, do you see all the piled rock? So as they got closer down here, they had to move a whole bunch of rock and pile it off to the side, clear it off the road. So I'm standing actually right here in this cleared area is the road. But it's very hard to show on the camera because it all just looks like bush. It's so overgrown. But this is the 1830s road, and it goes up there onto the back hill. There's this whole river valley, the Ottawa River Valley. It's all steep all the way up. So they had to, when they wanted to come down to the river, they had to come down the sides of the hill, and it's very tapered, the trail. All right, this just popped out of there. Oh, it's an old tube. It's an old tube of ointment or cream or something, and I do see writing on there. Let's straighten this out. I see what it is. You guys see that? Woodbury shaving cream. Gives a rich something, glide, clean. Those are some of the words I can see in there. We'll be able to Google that, I guess, and figure out an age. Woodbury. A quick Google shows me that Woodbury was founded in the 1870s and was a soap company primarily and went until the 1950s. So we know that that shaving cream we just got there is no newer than 1950. Yeah! We did it! We found something that even my dad does not know is here. Take a look at this. Do you see it? Do you see it? It's right there. An old cabin. I wondered why I'm getting further and further back here in the woods and still finding stuff. Look at that. Not much left of that, and it was big. Right here. Round nails, yeah, 30s, 40s. There was another building here. So this log has fallen off the top and it's rolled over here. But look, there's another one underneath going that way. And then there's one going this way. And when you look here, you can see they're laid on top of each other. Cut. So this here was another building. Right here. And it's been gone long enough that look at the trees that have grown up inside. Birch, as I told you guys, they're the quick regrowers. But look at the size of them. I'm just wandering around before we swing the detector. And look, I mean, there's stuff all over on top, guys, surface. It's a wire for the top. That little pail, whatever that was for. This building is as big as the first one. They've got to be 25 feet wide, guys. Were these old camps, lumber camps? You know, were the guys wintering in here? Easily, oh, they're huge, huge. Look at that, a big old square nut sticking out of the floor. I don't know what they were using that for in the middle of their floor, securing something. Often these places are built on older places, guys. So I have hopes that we could even find colonial stuff here. Doesn't bother me one bit that this is from the 30s or 40s. Because there could have been a trail up here that was 100 years old and it was already cleared. And that's why they rebuilt in this spot. I'm super stoked. I'm super excited. Well, she's a little foggy this morning. Oh, there's a chill in the air. I'm not gonna bother throwing a line this morning. We're gonna just head right to the detecting spot. We're gonna get out and look for that treasure. And then we'll go back, get Dad, eat some breakfast, maybe do some fishing after. Hopefully it warms up a bit. Fall is here. Okay, so last time we were here with the detector, we went up through the bush. We know this point was used, 1830s logging road. Came down here, there was a steamer either here or down below. People would come from north and here, get on the steamer and go wherever they were going. So we know there's a chance of finding 1800 stuff. There's also the colonial fur trade used that river system. So there's, you know, a chance we could find colonial stuff here as well. So I know where those cabins are. We're gonna get right to it. I'm gonna do a little closer down here to the point for a bit because we didn't really check that out too much last time. And then we're gonna make our way up there and swing those cabins, which I basically only had enough time to find them last time and not detect. So lots to do, let's get at it. First hole right here at the water's edge. History, look at that. Don't forget, these guys were hunting up here as well. That is a British 303. So that is early 1900s. I'm pretty sure the English went straight from musket ball to the 303 cartridge. They were stubborn buggers. It was a hunting, raiding, drinking party. Colonial pull tab. Well, it's not glamorous. Part of an old food tin. We're gonna find lots of stuff like that here. Somebody asked me in the last video, Gary, why do you bother finding all that old junk? Well, I think you have to be creative and have an imagination, because if you have that imagination, it drives you to find treasure, A, which is the #1 goal. Oh my God, they dropped something amazing, we're gonna find it. But B, you're also piecing together history. I can envision these poor pilgrims from 1800 walking through the woods, you know, with their old single shot powder rifle, coming down here, making their way to get on the ferry to go, you know, 200 miles south or whatever the case may be. It's the imaginative part of it that drives me, keeps me going. And it's kind of just like, you know, those that are addicted to gambling or fishing is the same way, right? You never know what you're going to get. And that's why we do it. It's exciting, right? What am I going to find? That's why we do it. And then you throw your love of history on top of that, and it drives me to detect old sites like this, even though 90% of what I find is cans and bottle caps and pull tabs and nails, right? But you find that one cool piece of history, and that just erases all the bad stuff that you find, and, you know, you want to keep going. And I'm an optimistic detectorist. So really, guys, I just need, and I'm pretty sure we're going to find, that one piece today that's going to make us want to come back here again. What it's going to be, I don't know. So let's get digging. Okay, I've got a coin here, but it's not old, I don't think. We're on the point, which people still camp on today. So let's check an age. 2010. And you know what, guys? I pitched a tent in this very spot, probably right around that time. And Hannah threw up in the tent. Too many hot dogs. Good times. See, look at that spot right there, guys. That's where I used to pitch my tent. It's a great spot, nice and flat right here. You're still near the water. And that's where we just dug the penny. So did I just dig my own coin? Could be. So right under the yellow feather, we've got something. Solid 25. Yeah, tarp grommet. Well, a second shell casing. Well, brass, heavy. Why do I think I should know what that is? I'm like, some kind of tap or something, but it's not coming to me. Do you guys know what that is? Research required. I've seen that before, or I've dug that before. Why? I can't think of what that is. It's bugging me, but I just can't. I don't know what that is. So right here, I knew it was a big signal. Look, I stuck the shovel in there, popped it out. Look at this. It's an old axe head, I'm pretty sure. Wow. So not an axe, but still pretty cool. You guys know what that is? I know what that is. Anybody who's worked in the bush will know that that is a wedge. So you start cutting the tree, and to stop it from coming down where you've made your cut, you would hammer in on this end here, you would hammer in the wedge to keep the tree moving in the direction you want it to move. I would have took that if it was an axe, but that is just too bloody heavy for me to carry. 10 meters down the trail. There it is. There's our axe head. It's so cool. So I've stashed my two treasures because both of them are pretty heavy, and I'm trying to keep moving light here. I don't know, I may take that wedge as well. Pretty cool. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, look at that. Down there, 7-8 inches in that hole. I just reached in and pulled it out, and I saw immediately that it's a tube of something, and it's still red. So maybe we can figure out what this was. Last time we found Woodsberry shaving cream. And I see right here, this says SHAV. So this is going to be another shaving cream of some kind. Life Boy. Never heard of that before. We'll have to check that when we get home and see what year that is from. These guys, they were into shaving. What were they shaving? Their legs? Out here in the woods all by themselves, 30 guys to a camp? I don't know. Why bother shaving? So we've gone in a completely different direction, guys. We are, I don't know, 800 meters from the other cabins. And if you look behind me, right there is another cabin. You see that? You got to look real closely. There's basically just two humps of ground. One there, and then the other one goes up that way. I'll flip you around and show you. And we just found the shaving cream right here. Makes sense. So these guys were all through these woods. Doesn't matter, I don't think, where you go, you're going to find these old logging camps. There, it's a little easier to see from this angle. There's a wall, and there's a wall. So my plan was to detect those other two cabins, but hey, I'm here now, so let's just swing right around here. It's very open right here, which is nice. So who knows what we'll find. Nope. No coins in that one. Well, just a big old spike. Cool. Look at that unit. So there's some kind of tie-down system where they would drive this stake into a log or wood. I don't think the ground, it's pointed. And then you would use this, you know, for ropes or chain or whatever. Look at this. Down here in the roots. It's actually trapped on a root. Brass. Huh. Some kind of pulley, rope holder. I don't know, must have been. Ha! So even walking out back down to the point, I found another building here. Look at this log behind me. That is a wall. And I know it's a wall, again, because it comes down here and then it does a 90 right there. There's another wall right there. You see the corner? That way and then that way. So another building here, and you can tell this is even older. Look at the tree growing out of the wall. That's right in the wall. You have to use your eyes, guys. This stuff's not easy to see. I think the first one that we found down that other trail is even older. Well, we know it's older, and how we know it's older is there's no logs left. It's just mounds of dirt. And usually, those go right back to 1880s. I would confidently say 1880s for that first one we found today. Yeah, I brought some artifacts. So I don't know what that top little round piece right there is.
I don't know what that is either.
Nope,
I
that
thought
piece.
it was on there. I thought it was made like that.
No, that's a pulley
That's
system.
a pulley
or...
for a rope of some sort.
That's a wedge.
That's a wedge for splitting down a tree, and that's a big...
Here, take the top one off there. It's friggin' heavy. And then if you take that one off, this is the first one of these I ever found like this, broken in half like that.
Yeah, because the Smitty probably made those right on the site.
Now this I've seen before. I've found this before, but I can't remember what it is.